You are listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. Hi. Welcome to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. I am DM Dave, and to the left I have...
Henley.
Boudreaux.
Tuck.
Spike.
And Fenrir. And before we get started, I would like to tell a joke, of course. I always like doing these things. They're always quite fun. But for this one, I want to give like a sense of warning for this. Because we are getting into kind of the spooky episodes here, you know, dealing with the hags and the scarecrows and stuff. So, one warning, you should never challenge death to a pillow fight unless you are prepared to repercussions. Moving on! Okay. Last time, the group talked to Ivan and Godfrey. Ivan disagrees about going against the hags and does not want to continue searching for Posh. Godfrey will continue with the search and help with the hags. Henley and Fenrir talk to Governor Meadowreed, and finds out that Wick Lennox is in town. They also see a mysterious dragonborn with two of his companions. Boudreaux tells Godfrey he wants to join his group and fight the hags with them. Boudreaux, Henley, and Fenrir head to the Thorngate Farms, but unknown to them, the mysterious follower follows. And unknown to the mysterious follower, Tick and Delvin follow our mysterious follower. What does this mysterious follower want with the group? How will Mr. and Mrs. Thorngate react to their lost son? Will the group find Wick Lennox? And what else does Mapleshire hold in store for them? Let's find out. Okay, so I think we're going to start off with our friend Spike here.
Oh, is that his voice?
Almost like a Make-A-Wish Goofy over there.
Yeah.
Not to make fun of your character's voice. I'm sorry.
I don't know if this character has a voice yet, so I'm sorry, guys.
That's
I'm
just
boring.
his normal voice. How dare you?
It's just me.
The first half of the podcast was finding out who Roscoe was, so now the second half of the podcast will be who is Spike. Let's find his voice together, shall we?
You're gonna workshop it there?
We're gonna workshop.
Oh, geez.
Buckle in, folks.
Every time I speak, I'm going to do a slightly different voice, and we'll put a poll up on the Discord and say, which voice do you like today?
I like that idea.
It's gotta be the backpack from Dora, though.
Backpack.
Sorry, continue.
Okay. So, Spike,
Yes.
you have turned the corner to kind of go follow Henley, Boudreaux, and Fenrir,
See.
your quarry. Well, as you turn the corner, you bump into something. You almost trip over them. And you hear this small little voice go, excuse me, sir. Can I have a moment of your time, sir? As you look down, you see it almost seems like a halfling, but very more stout, and it has a very patchy beard, and he seems fidgety and very nervous. I just need a moment of your time, sir. I have a few questions that I was wondering if you could help me and your group could help me.
A group?
I just assumed that you were with all the other people that were here, all the other adventurers and whatnot.
No?
No.
Passing through?
Oh, okay. Well, I was just hoping that somebody would help me because my father has gone into the woods. He went to go visit the rock gnomes in Flickerborough, and because he's developing these special weapons, and they had special gems for his weapons, but he hasn't been around for like a couple weeks, and I'm really nervous that he's he's dead, but I don't want to be here anymore. This was the second time that I've ever been on a quest with him, on these little adventures with him. But he didn't want me going to the forest because it was very dangerous. And now that he's not around, I don't necessarily want to be here anymore. So I was hoping that I could probably sell some of his equipment here and get home, because I honestly think he's dead, but I want to go see if he's alive, but I don't know. I'm just really nervous about going into the forest because it's very, very dark and scary in there, and I'm just really nervous because I don't even know how much these weapons are worth, because he's been working on them for a long time, and they have special gems that go into him and make him do special stuff. But I don't know if he's alive or not. But I really need to get his journal, because it has all the information about these tools. So maybe I could carry on his legacy. But I'm just not sure if that will ever happen. And you're more than welcome to stop me talking, because I'm just going to keep rambling, because I'm really nervous that I don't really understand what's going on here. That help.
Dear David. First, thank you for talking at like a decent speed.
That was beautiful.
But also, Evan will never interrupt you because he lives with me. And I talk like that half the time.
He's like, story of his life.
I'm not gonna say no. And this is a halfling, you said, right?
The more he talks and stuff like that, you can tell that he's probably more of a dwarf, a very young dwarf.
Okay, but either way, he's like a third my height.
Yeah, he's small.
So I'm gonna kind of get down on one knee, kind of right in front of him, kind of get a little more eye level with him and stuff, and place my hands on his shoulder, and I'm gonna look and be like, probably do one hand and wrap it all the way around him, but just like place my hand on his shoulders and twist. No.
I was gonna be like, no, okay. Take turns a corner.
Sorry. And I'm gonna just take a deep breath.
Oh, me?
Yes. And let it go. What's your name?
My name is Fairness
What was your father's name?
Groomley.
And he went to the gnomes?
Yes, the Flickerburrow.
And he got lost.
Lost or taken or stolen or kidnapped or dead. I mean, he does disappear for a long time sometimes, and I just don't understand. Like, he wanted me to stay here just to keep me safe, but he wasn't gone this long last time he went. But I mean, there's a lot of scary stuff out there now, and so I just don't know whether it's something that happened.
Yes, there is. How long was he supposed to be gone?
Just a week or two, but he's gone for over a month, maybe a month and a half.
Okay. Have you talked to anyone else about this yet?
Well, we've been here a few times, so they know my father very well, but they don't know me very well. And they're normally very nice to my dad, but when I came here, they've been very standoffish, and now that I've been here for a couple months, I've been staying with the mayor for a little bit, but he's kind of done with me, and a lot of the other halflings don't seem to really care about me, so I'm just ready to go home. But like I said, I really miss my dad, and I really want to know what happened to my dad, but I just don't know if he's dead or if he's alive, but I really want to get his journal. Maybe I could continue his legacy, but I don't really know anything about his work. That's why I've been coming on his trips with him on these few occasions, so I could learn how to do what he does, because he's a very, very established a blacksmith and creator of things back in Rockstead. And so he's been going around, collecting gems and making sure that they can fit into his new weapons and stuff like that to make them kind of more powered. Yeah.
And what specifically was he going to the Rock Gnomes for?
Oh, they found some different gems, and they have a lot more gems. Rockstead has a lot of gems and stuff like that, but he likes to go see if, gems at this place are going to be different from gems at this place, and see if they have different reactions in his weapons.
Okay. And you said you have some of his weapons here?
Yeah, so I have this, and he pulls out like a dagger and a light hammer and a mace. And he's like, yeah, so these can, and you can tell the hilts of them are thicker or bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, so if you like these, and he twists the bottom out and he pulls it out. He's like, yeah, so if you put put gems in these. Like different kinds of gems do different kind of abilities and stuff, and he's figured out a way to like kind of absorb or use the perfections and the shininess, I guess, of the gems. If you put them inside these and you close it up, that'll give you extra kind of damage. Like sometimes it'll give you like extra lightning damage, or if it'll give you fire damage or poison damage or cold damage. But it uses up the gems. And so this is the kind of weapons that he was working on, and he's got a whole schematics and stuff like that in his journal and stuff like that, and that's why I don't want it to fall into kind of the wrong hands. But you just seem like somebody that was really trustworthy, so I was gonna hope to maybe you could help me, because I just miss my dad.
Oh, I get it. I, I, I get it. I haven't seen my dad in years and years and years, so
Oh, I didn't think Dragonborns had dads.
yes,
Okay,
we do.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's a common myth. I can't make any immediate promises, but if I do go into the forest, I will keep an eye out.
I would really appreciate it, and like if you do this for me, like I'm sure my dad would would probably make a special weapon for you, or even give you some of these, or even at a discount maybe. I'll put in a good word for you.
What's your dad look like?
Well, he's a dwarf, and he has black hair. He's got a pudgy nose. He's got some good burns on his forearms,
Okay.
but he normally keeps those closed up. So if you find a dwarf, you'll probably have to ask him to roll up his sleeves or take off his little leather arm bracers to see the scars. That's because when you're working with these kind of weapons, you got to work with the ovens and stuff like that, and sometimes those little coals and stuff as you're bringing the weapons out of the. I can't.
Furnace.
Thank you. The furnace, and the coals will get on his arms and sometimes, and so it kind of burns him every now and then. But it's so if you kind of could ask him for that, roll up his sleeves, and he'll probably do it.
Okay. Um. Okay. Well, I will. If I go into the forest, I'll see if we can find someone.
Okay.
But no promises.
Okay.
But I'll let you know.
Okay. Thank you.
Now just remember to breathe.
Can I come with you?
Sure. Maybe? Do you really want to go into the forest?
No.
Then no.
But you seem to treat me better than these guys treat me. But you're okay. I don't want to be a bother. I've been a bother too much. My mom says that sometimes I'm too much of a bother.
I don't think you're a bother. I just don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah. I think that's why she sent me with my dad. My dad was always gone, and so he didn't really get to spend time with me, and so she's like, you better take him so you can spend time with me. And I did hear that she needed a break too, but yeah.
I would be afraid of stepping on you.
That's true. You are very tall.
Yeah.
But one day I will be tall.
I believe you.
Tall. That's one thing too. Is my dad is very tall, and so I think I'll get more of his genes than my mom's genes.
How tall is your dad?
Oh, he's and he reaches up on his tippy toes. He's about this tall.
So half my height.
Probably.
Okay.
But he's probably a lot heavier than you. He's probably stronger than you.
Debatable, but we'll see.
You could probably arm wrestle.
I will.
He likes showing off his strength.
Oh, okay.
He's very strong.
Okay. You stay here. Well, not here, at this exact spot, but you stay in town.
Okay.
And I'll come find you later.
Okay.
Okay?
Who are you?
My name's Spike.
I like that name.
I don't.
It reminds me of a story that I read once about a dragon that his name was Spike.
With some pony.
Some ponies.
Or a dinosaur.
Yep. Okay, I'll stay here. How long do you think it'll be?
I don't know.
What the frick? Okay.
But if you need some money, I'll buy that dagger off of you.
Yeah, like you can buy the dagger off of me. You got 500 silver?
I have 43 gold. Do I have 500 silver?
It's
Almost.
pretty close. It's like 450 silver.
Have. Take advantage of the chat.
He's obviously like 7, dude.
I was like, did you base this dwarf off our children? Because Linda talks like this at
Absolutely.
500 silver seems like a pretty high price.
Well, I know that's how my dad normally sold these things. Because, I mean, they do extra damage from what they normally do, and they were very hard to make. And they're kind of reusable as long as you have the money for the gems. I don't have any gems with me because my dad didn't really trust me with gems because one time we were by a river and I was skipping rocks with them because I couldn't find any good rocks.
You were using the magic gems to skip on the river?
Well, they're not really magic gems. I mean, they're just diamonds and rubies and topaz.
You were using really expensive gems to skip on the river?
Well, at the time I didn't know they were really expensive, but my hide knows now.
Good. How about this? How about we do 250?
Well, that's not necessarily going to get me home or pay my dad's debts that are
But it's
here.
going to keep me a little safer going into the forest to find your dad.
I don't know if my dad's going to be happy if I sell it for so cheap, though.
And if I find some good stuff in the forest, I'll pay the other 250 when I go back.
You promise?
No. But I will try.
I don't know. Like, these were very special to my dad.
Do 300.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Dun dun dun.
This is my new favorite NPC.
Him and Robert Bumpkin would get along.
Oh, goodness.
Can you imagine the conversations?
It's a 12.
Okay. He's like, okay, I guess if you... okay, I think we can do that.
Okay. I'll try and find something cool in the forest and pay back the rest of it. And your dad.
Okay.
Hmm.
You wanted the dagger, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go.
Sweet. Thanks. Now, you stay safe.
Do I get my money?
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Cha-ching.
And this is like the most money he's ever seen in his life.
Don't spend it all in one
I
place.
can get so much corn juice!
Yes!
So much corn juice.
Okay, and like I said, you just depending on the price of the gem, you may like I don't know exactly how certain things work, how like what gems work and whatnot, but if you like you could try different gems in there. The biggest ones that you can fit in this particular weapon, I think it was like about this big, and he like holds up his hand, and it's almost like a coin, like a small coin, like a gold coin type idea, probably an inch diameter. He's like, this is probably as big as of a one that you could probably fit in there. And like I said, once you activate it, you press this little button here, and it'll activate the mechanisms inside to disperse the new damage to it. But it does destroy the value of the gem, and you'll have to replace it every now and then, because it'll just turn to dust.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on it. I gotta go.
Oh, okay.
Stay safe.
You too.
Thanks.
It's nice to meet you, Spike.
You as well. Little dude.
You be safe.
You as well. And I'm kind of like...
And he keeps saying like goodbye and like everything.
It's like, and I've lost the people that I was following.
Tick. So, as you see Spike
Mm-hmm.
or your quarry, I should say, turn the corner. What are you doing? Are you going down to follow him, or you going a different route to see if you can cut him off, or what's kind of your thoughts or ideas? You do have Delvin with you as well.
And Delvin knows that we're following this particular individual.
I think you mentioned it, like that guy's sus,
Mm-hmm.
but
I did say that.
but he seems to be preoccupied with his own thoughts right now.
Okay.
But he knows that the group has headed off.
Oh, so Delvin, do you want to go, meet up with the group? Or are you okay? Oh. How hardy are you? How well can you hide and then follow?
Are we following someone?
Oh, yeah, you
Is
know
there a
that,
reason why we're hiding?
you know the really big tower thing with the hoodie up and the funny face?
The one you pointed out earlier.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's look like he's maybe go following our friends. Maybe. He might be. She started going after they started going. And the way he's moving, look awful like when I'm trying to follow people. Only really tall.
Well, maybe he's a friend of one of the other companions.
Oh. But then why wouldn't he just walk up to them and be like, "Hi, friends"?
Well, wanted to surprise them. I'm not sure, but I'm decent at stealthing.
Oh, okay. Let me. Hmm. Is you in a good space in your head to be okay at stuffing?
I'll be fine.
Okay. Then I think we should go around this long way to see if we can see anything different.
Okay.
Maybe I go up high and you be lower and we can see things better that way?
That works for me. I'll just keep an eye out for a tall hooded creature.
Well, you know the one that's talking about. It was following them.
Oh yeah, compared to all these other small ones, I'm pretty sure he'll stick out quite well.
And he's taller and bigger than the one people disease, but even bigger than you!
Yes, he is pretty tall.
So, I'm just worried that, with everything that happened on the way here, we know people are after Henley, that maybe this person may be after Henley too, and then we just gotta get into a fight, and I just don't want to do that if we don't have to.
Well, let's stay on our toes then.
Okay. So I was gonna go high.
Okay.
And then you just keep down lower. That's not good? Or do you want to go high?
I will stay on the ground.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys talk about what directions you're gonna go and kind of follow. So you guys head off. You climb the house that's next to you. It's like more of a shop than a house, where they're storing all the food to send out to Keleth. As you are climbing, you kind of get this weird itch kind of in your mask. Kind of something that just went into the side of your mask, and it's kind of irritating you at the moment. As you reach up and you pull it out, you notice it's a piece of paper.
Sure. What? Paper? What are you doing here?
So as you open it up, it's like a folded piece of paper. In Goblin, you get this note, and it reads, "Meet me in the potato fields to the west. Come alone. Kobath calls for you." And it's signed with the symbol of a dark red lines that form a triangle, and the triangle is pointing down, and the center of the triangle is blank. So it's just the outline of a triangle that's pointing down in dark red. And you have seen this symbol before.
Okay.
Way back when you were with Dreekt, and you would go rummage through his stuff every now and then, just to annoy him, of course.
Of course.
and just to see if you get any like goods, right? You found several of these kind of notes. And as you read those notes and stuff, and they always had the same symbol, and you noticed that they were always from Colbath, of directions or news. And as you think back of like, you never seen Dreek to receive these. Just every now and then one new one would pop up. And as you read it, you're like, he was pretty adamant of getting whatever news or whatever directions done immediately. So when he received one of these notes, he did it. But that is up to you to decide on what you do with it.
Did I just scale the house or the shop?
It was kind of like as you were climbing the side of the building, yes.
Okay. And how far is the potato field? Like, is it in the same direction that we're kind of going?
Yeah, so there was tons of potato fields when you were coming in,
Uh-huh.
and it'll just be to the west. So these ones you didn't walk past or anything.
Okay.
But there is tons of potato fields
Is
to
it
the
in
west.
the same direction that we're currently heading, or in opposite direction?
You guys are heading north. That's
So
where
it's
the rest of the
opposite
group
direction.
went, yes.
Um.
Sorry, I skipped a line. It says at night.
Oh. Okay.
The note said come at night.
Oh. Okay. So. Which one? Does I want? I'll figure it out later.
Okay,
I
so
tuck it in my pocket. Continue to go.
head off. Okay, so as you guys are winding through the house, the shops and stuff like that, you do get to the edge of where the houses stop, and it's just open fields to the north.
Mhm.
And you see Spike kind of out there looking around, and in the distance you can see the horses that are carrying the group supplies. That's a question for the group. Are you taking all your supplies with you, Henley, Fenrir, Boudreaux? Taking
Yes.
all the supplies and everything
Yeah.
with you? Okay. So, in the distance, you see them. Spike kind of gets his bearings, is able to catch them. And you notice that, like, by the time you guys figured things out and you found him, you saw him kind of leaving looked like talking to a little small dwarf.
Mhm.
And the dwarf keeps saying, goodbye, pleasantries of goodbye, be safe,
Mhm.
find my dad, please. Hope you enjoy your new weapon. And Spike doing, yeah, whatever. However Spike's doing it. Yeah, whatever, kid. So that is where you end up. And Delvin is right below you. Kind of just looking off to where Spike is headed. And the group is headed.
So Delvin, should we talk to the... I don't want to call him short because he's like the little thing.
Well, we could possibly ask him if they seem to be very friendly with each other. Possibly they know each other. I mean, the little guy was just talking about him finding his dad.
How much of that conversation did we overhear?
You probably overheard him start talking about how the weapon worked, and some ramblings about his dad being gone. Because every now and then, as he was explaining things, he would jump back into his dad. It's like, oh yeah, my
Mhm.
dad's gone. I don't know if he's dead or not. His ramblings.
Mhm.
So you did hear that portion.
Okay. So I don't know. But it seemed nice, but I don't. Okay. I don't know that we get any more information on that from the little guy.
Well, it's either we talk to him or we talk to this big fella ourselves, or just follow.
Okay. Mm. No, people don't like me's here. So I don't know that Asvan should be talking.
Well, I guess I could talk to him.
Do you want to? You got lots going on for you.
I think we should probably just follow and see what happens.
Let's do that. That sounds great. That's kind of what I was thinking, but
Yeah, because if just to see how things go, we'll be right behind if he decides to threaten our comrades. We'll be there to ambush him.
Does that help you with the things you was thinking about earlier if we just focus on this?
keeps me distracted and it gets me out of town.
Oh, wonderful. Let's do that. Wonderful? Was that the right word?
You used it correctly.
Yes!
Okay, and off you guys go.
Welcome to Tomes of the Chaos Bard mid-show break. I am Rupert Bumpkin. Thank you for listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. If you wish to support us, visit us on ko-fi.com/Tomes of the Chaos Bard, where you may become a member of our Ko-Fi. There, you can receive special content, such as post shows, DM deep dives, and exclusive merchandise, such as t-shirts and keychains. There, you may also donate to the Feed the Cast funds, a special way to thank them by buying them dinner for the night. Yum, yum! Other ways you can support us is by sharing us with your friends and family and on social media. Spreading the word about the Tomes of the Chaos Bard is a huge help, and we thank you for your help. Another way you can support us is through 5-star reviews. And with every 5-star review, Solemn the Chaos Bard will give you a shout-out on our Solemn's columns. So stay tuned for those. That is all, folks, and back to the show.
Okay, and this is for the whole group as you head to Thorngate Farms. As you travel north, you continue seeing the rows and rows of scarecrows, all different shapes and sizes. But within their protected borders, you see fields and fields of potatoes. As you move farther north, those fields begin to change into fields of herbs, grains, and of course, pigs. You have been smelling the smell of pigs for quite a while now, mixed with the many aromas of the herbs and grains fields as you pass by. You see many halflings working in their fields with strange machinery that water, plow, weed, and feed the pigs. After talking to a few hesitant halflings, they direct you to the home of Jillian and Francis Thorngate. You have developed quite the crowd following you as you head to Roscoe's childhood home. Many whisper and gawk as they talk about your inquiry of the parents of Roscoe and the strange cargo of one of the horses. You approach a mound of dirt with a door embedded in the hillside. Around that, there are 4 large mounds with steam, heat, and strong smells of herbs and spices coming from them. You see several halflings with leather aprons and gloves taking out trays of the many small doors that are embedded in the 4 larger mounds. You see a few of the halflings break away from the group that was following you and head to a male halfling that seems to be directing traffic and sampling the trays of herbs and spices. They point you out to him. He points off to the distance, and the group of halflings run off. You see him brush his leather apron off and wipe his hands with a towel that is at his waist. As he approaches you, you almost think that it is Roscoe. He has the same walk, the same stance, but an older, plumper version of him. He reaches out his hands. Well, let's hear it. I don't have all day. I am quite busy. I am Roscoe's father, Francis Thorngate.
Henley looks to Fenrir, who is the talker of the group.
Can we go inside?
If you have any business, now is the time. I am quite busy.
I know you're really busy, but can we talk to you and your wife together?
Sure, we're really busy getting this stuff on time, but I guess we can take some time out of our day to accommodate for your needs.
I'll help you make up the time.
No, that is not necessary. And from around the house corner, you see this, in this kind of the same garb as the man standing in front of you. She has her hair pulled back, and she has like a bandana on her head that is hiding a bun back there. And she hurries up. Francis, what is going on? Who are these? I don't know, they haven't introduced themselves yet.
Oh,
I introduced myself.
sorry, I'm Fenrir Rearneff. I'm one of Roscoe's friends, travel companions. And this is
Henley.
Oh, are you the guys that were taking care of the horses for free?
not for free. We'll pay you.
Better. It's taken a lot of time to take care of these things.
Yeah.
Yes, those are our horses. I'm Henley. Also a friend of Roscoe.
And them in the distance. Are they part of your group too?
We all look.
Yeah, we look.
Yeah, I think so.
And in the distance you see because there's nowhere really to hide or anything. So you see a hooded figure. He's still a ways off. And then behind them you see two more people.
They're
And one's really short.
They're probably with us, but you said we could go inside.
Yeah. And he starts ordering some halflings to go take care of his job and stuff like that. And he's like, well, come on. Mind your head.
Henley and Fenrir probably duck then.
Oh!
Boudreaux's fine.
He
I assume.
ducks. Fenrir ducks, but he doesn't quite duck fast enough.
Yeah.
Clonks it as soon as he says mind. He's like, mind your head.
Head. Well, what is it that you want?
You may want to sit down.
Will you just tell me? I got stuff to do.
You know your son was traveling with us, right?
No, you haven't told me. You just told me that you were friends with him.
That's true. He was our we were his group that he was traveling with.
So where is he?
That's why we need you to sit down.
Don't tell me he's got himself killed. I knew it. I knew that boy would leave. I knew he would die. And you see, like, Mom's face just drop. He's
I
like,
don't like Dad.
He's like, why should I even care? He left. He's been gone 5 years. 5 years. Not a hello, how are you, or how you been. I counted him dead long ago. Well, what do you want with me here? Thank you for giving me the news, but you're welcome to go.
We have his body. And his adventuring gear and his gold, and I guess I just expected a different reaction, but
He became a paladin.
Good for him. I didn't know he was religious. Listen, we're really busy here. Just, we'll take the body. You can leave his stuff outside. We'll take care of it later.
Well, what's your wife's name?
This is Jillian. And you can see Mom is just, you can kind of see the sadness and irritation of what's going on.
Well, maybe you can go back to work then, and maybe we could just talk to Jilly.
No, it is better that you leave. As my husband said, leave his things here.
Well,
Yeah, and take your horses with you too.
well,
And you said you were going to pay for us keeping him here.
yeah, what do we owe you?
200 silver.
Where should I leave it?
Leave it with Roscoe's stuff.
How much gold did Roscoe have?
yeah.
How many silver pieces did Roscoe have?
Probably not much. He spent a lot of it.
Well, let me look.
Well,
Yeah,
as,
I mean,
as,
look.
I, as I go in there and I bleed the silver, that's when I'll look, and that's when we'll do that. So, okay. Is there anything we can help you with now to repay for looking after our horses?
You can leave.
Like, you gonna have
You
a funeral?
can leave.
We would like to be there for his funeral, so maybe one day we can, visit.
Yeah, sure. Are you staying in town?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send somebody there to look for you guys.
How long do you think it's gonna be?
I don't know.
Okay, I guess we'll leave then.
spell on his body won't last much longer, will it, Boudreaux?
I can do it again.
What are you doing still here?
We're leaving, I guess. Where are our horses? Can you? We'll take those, I guess.
Yeah, I'll show you where they are. And by this time, as they leave the hut, Spike, where are you sitting at? So you see them go inside. They've been inside for a while. What are you doing?
Just chilling. I'm not really. I'm just kind of hanging back, observing from a distance, kind of looking around, admiring the farm, kicking a rock around.
And Tick, so you notice that your quarry has stopped and is kind of just enjoying the view. So do we go talk to him now? Or we still hold back?
No, let's go talk to him.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
And you wanted me to do the talking, right?
Yeah. I don't. If it's a bigger thing, maybe he won't care.
Okay, well, I'll start the conversation.
Okay.
It's a nice day today, isn't it? Look around, and there's two people behind you.
Yeah, I look up because I'm honestly at this point I'm more just kind of chilling.
Mm-hmm.
So I get kind of startled and caught off guard, and I turn around and be like, "Yeah,
What brings you to this part of Mapleshire?
just exploring."
Yeah, well, we couldn't help notice, but you were just walking out here, following our comrades. We were just, kind of curious on if you knew them or not, or you just happen to be passing the same way they are.
Does that mean you were following me?
Well, we were technically following our friends, but you were following our friends. So, yeah, I guess you could say we were following you too.
And my legs are short. I can't keep up with those big people.
That's true.
Well, someone just pointed out that there were some big adventurers in town, and I wanted to see who they were.
I would like to do a perception check. Or
An
insight. Insight.
So if we're going to do this, it'll go against. Well, you're technically not lying.
But he's not telling a full truth either. I know that.
You can use. So Evan. So Becky, you do an insight. Evan, you can do a deception or. I guess what would be the other one? Performance.
25.
Oh,
'Kay.
jeez. I got an 18.
Okay.
I thought I rolled good.
So I'm proficient, so I have a +6 in deception.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel
Nice.
so much
Yeah,
better.
and
your spells are cast with charisma.
Okay. You really don't get an inkling of, okay, that could be true type idea.
Okay. That's kind of weird. What? Okay, hold on. Wait. Big adventures. We just got here. Hold on.
Were you talk to any of the other adventurers? Because there's been quite a few of them that we met in the. Did you come in with them?
I came in on my own.
There's a lot of people here. Why are you picking these people when there's like 20 other people back in the place?
Oh, maybe you didn't see the other people come in.
Oh,
Be-
maybe he didn't.
Because these people clearly have it. Okay. I might be
Yeah.
reaching on this. So if it's not that
Mhm.
that obvious, let me know. But as you said, there was a crowd, kind of a crowd gathering with him as well.
Yes.
So he's like, because these people clearly have a dead body on one of their horses.
Wait, how do you know there's a dead body? How do you know there's a dead body and not just like a bunch of stuffs on something?
Because unfortunately, I know what dead bodies look like.
I don't know. Wait a minute. I mean, I know what lots of dead bodies look like.
And at this point,
And there was a crowd following them.
But yeah, there's a crowd following because there's asking lots of people. Did you not see them asking lots of people? Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be quiet.
and at this point, you see this man in a leather apron, and his gloves are off to kind of tucked in his like little leather belt, and he's leading Henley Fenrir and Boudreaux to kind of the side of the house.
Okay, so okay, they're going over there. I don't know what they're doing. He looks a lot like Roscoe.
I'd be like, clearly, for some unknown reason, I've upset you.
No, I'm just confused.
I'm gonna go back this way.
Okay.
And
Wait, wait. What's
you
he
can go
doing?
that way.
Okay, no, I want to know. Was your phone back in town? You wasn't just picking these people because there was a lot of things. And this crowd, because this crowd came with them.
Can I just go through this deductive reasoning?
What?
Okay.
Hold on, real quick. They've met with the mayor already, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
you've seen us in
Tick
the
and
mayor's
Delvin did
office.
not, but the other three did.
Right. Yeah.
And that's where, and you were in the office with
Right.
with them.
Okay,
Yeah.
It was
I-
only Henley and Fenrir.
Correct. Henley
Right.
and Fenrir. Yes. Thank you for the correction.
So wait, I think you're lying. Because, I mean, partially, maybe a little bit. Why you just pick this group to follow, and you're following on back in town? I saw you. You followed they came out of the big building, they went over to the other building, you went over, you just kind of hid a little bit, standing outside,
Spike
and then
is
you
shy.
followed them. Why are you following them?
They were in with the mayor. At the same time, I was in with the mayor.
Okay,
And there was a conversation.
okay.
And then they left. And I thought to myself, this might be a good group to latch on to if they are going to do something. And now I apparently have this quest. And I'm going to pull out my shiny new dagger, where I have to go into the forest and find some little dude's dad. And I am not doing that by myself.
Oh, you have to go into the forest.
Yeah,
You
I have to go
into the forest.
find some little dude's dad, which I'm sure you saw me talking to.
Oh yeah, no.
I look at Delvin and be like, yes, no, do I say more?
Well, I guess. Do you know any of these the people?
No, I was just waiting for an opportune moment to introduce myself.
Well, I guess this is a moment for you.
Well, I don't think this is the right moment based on the happenings over there.
No, but I mean,
And you-
So-
them.
I'm going to go back to the inn, and you guys can talk amongst yourselves. And if you are going to the forest and you need a little help, just come find me and let me know.
Well, it is kind of a long walk back. We could get to know each other on the way back. Just come with us.
Yeah, I mean, if that's all you need.
That's all I need. I
Oh.
just don't want to intrude. I just
Okay, no
trying to
intruding.
get a feel of the situation and what's happening in the town.
And as you guys are talking, you see the rest of the group coming back with the horses. Donkey is there. He was tied up
Oh.
because as Francis was telling you, he's been the biggest nuisance
Yeah.
because he kept escaping, kept going there. So he was actually pretty tied up.
Eating
Pretty
all the
well.
herbs, trying to get into the
Getting into the
sage,
field
rubbing
and
his lips
stuff.
on it.
Yeah.
And so you got everybody's horses back.
I've missed Donkey.
Even Lila Grotha's.
Me too. I've missed Donkey too.
And it's
Aw.
Ferdinand, right?
And,
Yeah, Ferdinand.
Ferdinand.
yep, it was Lila Grotha. So you
Clydesdale.
have them,
Clydesdale.
and he's like, "Yep, okay, you guys can go now. I can get my people to. You just hand the people off to Kara. Will you help take care of this? I got to get back to work."
Can I hear that?
Yeah, he's like, "So just get out of here.
Okay.
Drop his stuff at the door. My wife and Kara here will grab this and take care of it."
Okay, this is weird. Even I know.
Yeah, and you see him wander off.
Even I know that's mean. And apparently I don't do anything right. So,
Hey, we're just gonna go over to the door and start unloading the body. Like, at this point, Fenrir's just gonna be like, this must be just their customs. Like, yeah, sure, he's talked to Roscoe and he's read things in books, but he doesn't really truly know
And this seems very
like
off.
halfling. Like, it seems off. But
Yeah.
it's like this is his first interaction and first thing, so he's like,
Because yeah,
he's just-
during your studies and stuff like that, they're normally one of the nicest people, most welcoming people.
right.
But this very standoffish is really
Yes.
weird and different.
But he also knows that the scarecrows are all around the town. And so yeah. So because of that, he's like, he just lets out kind of this deep sigh. It's like, this must be those stupid scarecrows.
And he says that out loud.
I'd probably say it out loud.
Henley was probably helping you offload Roscoe, and she's like, "This is exactly like my brothers."
Right.
I also, but worse, because
I mean,
there's so many.
Look at how many there are.
Also, she whispers to Fenrir and is like, "I think we should just leave his body. We'll hold on to his stuff, except for the money."
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Doesn't seem like they may want it. Kara,
Yes?
can you
Do you want to know where to put him?
yeah.
Okay, just
Where's a good spot? Like,
bring him inside.
is there any preparations we should help with? Like,
No, we'll take care of it. And you see that she's acting very nervous.
there's
Is something wrong, Kara?
Just you. We're quite busy here, and like we just want to get on with our business.
okay. Did Roscoe have any siblings?
He was an only child.
Okay, I guess we'll just.
Boudreaux, I don't remember what that spell is or how long it lasts.
Ceremony? Is that what it is?
There was another one that just preserved his body. I think it started with an R.
Sanctuary?
No.
Or
No.
repose?
Gentle repose.
Resurrect.
He
Boudreaux's
comes
not.
back.
I don't think Boudreaux had
Yeah,
that
just to
spell
kick
yet.
my dad in the pants.
Wait, what'd you say?
Kick
I'm
dad in the
gonna come back
pants.
just to kick my dad in the pants.
Fair.
God, Roscoe was so nice and his dad is so mean.
No, that's what I was gonna say. No wonder why you laughed.
Now, now you know.
Okay, we'll just leave him here, I guess, and then he's gonna like.
She leads you inside and
Okay.
has you place him on a bed in there.
Okay.
Just says for the duration. Oh, 10 days.
Okay.
So I think we're okay, right?
You guys, yeah, it's been only 3-4
Freshen it
days.
up just to be safe.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah, we don't know if they're just
redo
gonna leave him there or just.
No, he said that we'd be in town, and they're kind of pushing us out the door, and I would have to do that as a ceremony. So I don't think that's a good idea.
It's a ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still got a good 5-ish days, I'd
So,
say.
I think we're okay.
Yeah.
And I think Boudreaux contemplates that, and then is like, cool.
Okay.
We take his bag. Like, we leave his armor, his body, but we're taking his, because he had the bag of holding.
Hmm.
We'll take that.
Okay. Well, they don't know what's his
No.
and what's not.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll leave the armor, him, and
His weapon.
his weapon.
Okay.
As Fenrir looks around the room,
As well as his shield.
You're gonna take his bracers?
He wasn't wearing the bracers.
Were you still
Of
wearing
archery.
the bracers? Oh, yeah, the bracers of archeries now, but you're still wearing.
Just wearing my dagger.
Okay.
It was wearing the dagger braces or flying daggers or whatever they're called.
I forgot about those. Henley points to the bracers of daggers. I'm like, do we leave those here?
No, I think maybe we take them. I
don't think
remember
they-
him telling me something about them being a gift.
Also,
Is that all the stuff that's his? This is Kara again.
Yeah, so we'll leave his armor, his shield. I'll take out 200 silver pieces and leave those. And actually, I'll just hand those 200 silver pieces to his mom.
Okay.
This is for the horses. Thank you so much for your help.
I only have 43 silver pieces.
But it's the 200 for...
Yeah, it's.
No, I know. I'm just
Okay.
letting him know
I'm
there's
assuming
not.
that's in your stuff.
Well, yeah,
The
that's what I'm
So-
saying. Is
So
yeah. For
So you're handing her 245?
no, just 200.
Just 200?
Just
Okay.
200.
They don't deserve more.
Is this his room? Like as he's looking around.
And his mom speaks up, and she's like, yes, it was his room.
And he's just going to sit there. For
And
a
you can
minute.
tell that it has been well taken care of.
Henley is also in there with you because she helped carry Roscoe in, and she's just like tearing up.
Yeah, you can see some like old little halfling toys on the shelf, maybe a few books,
Which
some
is
like
cute,
little
too.
action figures that like he fought with.
That's adorable.
Correct me if I'm wrong. If you want to add
that's
anything.
accurate.
Okay.
Legos.
And
Little Lincoln Logs.
Fenrir is also. I mean, at this point, like as they were unloading, you could see the tears, and now Fenrir is just. It's finally hitting him. Like he's not like sobbing, but he's just tears
Just-
streaming down his face.
Yeah.
Henley too.
And
More
it-
silently.
And as you guys walk out, with Henley, as you walk out, you feel something grab your hand, and it's Jillian, and she just says, "Thank you."
You're welcome. We're sorry we couldn't protect him better.
And she just quietly nods and lets go of your hand. And she nods at Fenrir as well.
And Fenrir will say he fought bravely.
He saved our lives many times.
Specifically that day.
He was
Because
a,
I'm there too.
Yes. Here I am.
he was a good man. The best of men.
It's good to hear.
You raised him well.
And she just nods. And Kara just like gets in and she's like, "Okay, I think it's time for you to go. We have much to do here.
She's mourning.
Then let her mourn in peace."
Henley like nods her head to Jillian and starts to walk out.
And Kara like leads you out, and then she shuts the door behind her. She stays in the house and shuts the door behind you guys.
I don't like my parents either.
Okay, so you guys are now outside, and you see Delvin and Tick, and they have a new friend with them, which Fenrir and Henley, you recognize him, but we'll get to those introductions.
I only recognize his nose.
His little red snout. But we'll get to those introductions next time. Thank you guys so much for listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. Shout out to D.A. Nichols for writing our songs and music for this podcast. She's been amazing to us. And show her support and check out her TTRPG, Shields of Power, at drivethrurpg.com. Shields of Power is her TTRPG. Another special thanks to Coltrane Compositions for remastering our theme song. If you want to add some extra songs and epicness to your next tabletop game, check out his stuff at coltranecompositions.com. Another special thanks to Realmwalker, freesound.org, Monument Studios, and Tabletop Audio for additional musics and songs. And don't forget to check out our Ko-Fi, where you can support us there, get post shows, get deep dives and write Boudreaux a letter if you would desire.
You only need $1. You don't have to be a part of the thing.
That's right. And you can even support us at Feed the Cast to help us provide a meal for the night. I am DM Dave, and to the right I have.
Fenrir.
Spike.
Tick.
Woodrow. And Henley.
And until next time, we unroll the scroll to tell the tale. Bye!